Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Gloria. In this channel, I talk about how we can approach fashion in a more sustainable way. One of the best ways is to get into the secondhand market, either buying secondhand or selling the clothes in your closet. It's a great way to extend the life cycle of your clothes, and also you can potentially save some money or earn some extra cash on the side. Now, I have to tell you that I'm by no means an expert on reselling, but I did do a lot of research on this, so you don't have to. I think this is a very important topic to touch on because we should all embrace the secondhand market a lot more to make fashion more sustainable. Now, I need to get this out of the way quickly. I know there has long been a stigma about secondhand clothing, but that's changing fast. According to the 2019 ThredUp report, the resale market has grown 21 times faster than the retail apparel market over the past 3 years and expected to reach $51 billion in 5 years. 64% of women have either bought secondhand or are now willing to buy secondhand. And according to the 2018 ThredUp report, yes, I told you I did research, 13% of the secondhand shoppers are in fact millionaires, and millennials are the biggest secondhand shoppers. So hopefully this clears out some of the stigma for you. So what are some of the major platforms for reselling if you want to sell the clothes in your closet? My research is primarily based on the US and Canada, especially Canada because that's where I live. If you want to sell online, obviously the OG of all reselling is eBay, but personally I would not choose to start reselling from there because the interface is a little bit more complicated compared to some of the other options that I'm going to mention later. eBay charges you insertion fees and final value fees depending on how many items you list, whether your items are sold, and the final price of your items. eBay is a gigantic marketplace, so it's harder to be found unless the item you're planning to sell is something that people would specifically search for. For example, I bought these Echo golf shoes from there because I couldn't find them in any of the Echo stores or their online store. So I specifically searched for the name of the item and bought them from an eBay seller. I think the eBay seller was flipping Echo shoes or something because I saw Echo shoes with different sizes in her store, but you get the idea. Another major player is Poshmark. I think this is where I'm going to start with reselling my own clothes. Poshmark has been in the US since 2011, but it actually just came to Canada in May 2019. Well, it's about time. As of right now, the US and the Canadian markets are separate. They don't offer international shipping yet, but I'm so happy that Poshmark is finally here in Canada. Gotta be grateful. I already have an account with them. What I like about Poshmark is how easy and clear its interface is. It's definitely one of the most straightforward platforms to start reselling. It's easy to take photos and list items on there. The shipping is a $12.99 flat fee, so as a seller you don't need to worry about pricing the shipment, which to me is a major relief. Poshmark does charge a 20% commission fee because they offer you a prepaid and pre-addressed shipping label and also take care of financial transaction fee for you. Oh, I actually bought these Lanvin Oxfords from Poshmark. They arrived in 2 days and I'm so in love with them. Another popular app is Depop. Some of your favorite influencers might be on there. It's very young and trendy, kind of looks like Instagram. And from what I know, it's less brand focused but more about a vibe, if you know what I mean. I signed up for a Depop account a year ago and made my friends sign up too. My profile still says, coming soon. Speaking of procrastination. But I am going to cross-list my items on Depop as well. Depop charges a 10% commission fee and a 2.9% PayPal transaction fee. International shipping is available on this app, but as a seller you will need to determine the shipping fee. You can set a domestic shipping fee and an international shipping fee. The price of the shipment will depend on the size and the weight of the item and how far it travels, so you don't always know, but then you need to set the fee before the shipment. I guess that just comes with experience. There are also full-service sites like ThredUp, which is one of the leading players in the resale scene. With ThredUp, you just mail in your clothes all at once in what they call a clean-out kit in exchange for cash, and they will either recycle or return the unwearable ones. They now ship to Canada, but unfortunately they still don't accept items from Canada. If you mainly want to sell luxury items, you could use sites like The RealReal or Vestiaire Collective. I really like buying from The RealReal recently, but they also don't accept items from Canada. I wanted to sell my vintage Chanel bag, so I emailed them, and they responded saying that they don't consign outside the United States. I might try Vestiaire Collective because they are international. Facebook Marketplace is like a crossover between selling online and selling in person. There's no fee for selling on Facebook Marketplace. You list the items online and then you meet with the buyer in person to deliver the items. If you are into selling in real life, there should be no shortage of local thrift stores and consignment stores in the city. In Toronto, we have thrift stores like Plato's Closet or luxury consignment stores like VSP Consignment. Plato's Closet pays you cash on the spot, and luxury consignment stores like VSP Consignment pays you 50% of the final selling price if the item sells. Okay, no more procrastination. I am actually going to create an online listing with you right now. Like I mentioned before, I'm going to start with Poshmark and Depop. I have all these items that I need to sell. I'm only going to be selling the fall and winter items. The summer items will unfortunately have to wait because, brace yourself, winter is coming. The first step is of course taking photos. You could just hang your clothes on the white wall and take photos of them, but I think it's better if you could just model them to give people a better reference. You could ask your friends to help you take the photos, or you can do it yourself. You don't need any fancy equipment, a phone is completely fine, and you can buy a phone tripod mount with remote like this one on Amazon for really cheap, and you just pop that on a tripod. If you don't have a tripod, you can also put your phone on some sort of surface, but a tripod would definitely be easier. If you happen to have a camera lying around, you could just use that. You can also easily find a camera remote on Amazon. Just make sure it's compatible with your camera model. When you take photos, take them during daytime and facing the window so that your photos are more well lit. It's better if you could take them in front of a white wall or a white curtain, or any background that won't distract people's attention from your clothes. If your clothes are wrinkly, steam them or iron them before you take the photos. Also, try to show the clothes from different angles so that people can see a full picture. If there's any minor defect, make sure you show it in a separate photo and write that in the description. Honesty is really important here. Once you finish taking all the photos, you can use photo editing apps like Snapseed to adjust the brightness and contrast, but don't manipulate the colors of the clothes or change any shape in terms of how it fits on your body. Otherwise, it will be misleading. Also, try to take measurements of your clothes if you can, especially if the clothes are not from well-known brands. I'm using Sizely to keep track of the measurements, and you can download the photo with the measurements as well. Now it's time to upload these photos onto the apps. I'm going to start with Poshmark. Okay, I'm going to click sell here. You could take the photo from there, but I already have the photos in my folder. I'm going to upload this one as the first one. And you can only do a square photo, so I'm just going to cut off my face and my feet. Okay, and the next one. Okay, so I just finished uploading all the photos on here. I'm going to fill out the details here. Okay, so what are you selling? Long wrap blazer with lace trim. Describe it. And voila, I have created my very first listing. Okay, now I'm going to try the same thing with Depop. And here it is, another listing. I have touched on the shipping in the first part of the video, so I'm not going to repeat here. Once someone places an order, you just print out the shipping label that Poshmark or Depop sends you and put the item in some form of packaging like these poly mailers that I also ordered from Amazon. And then you take the item to the post office and you're good to go. I hope this video has been helpful to you. If you like it, don't forget to hit like. If you have more tips on reselling, please leave a comment below. Next week, I am going to talk about how to find your personal style, because I know that if you're not so sure about your personal style yet, it could be a little bit difficult when you're trying to decide if you should sell or keep an item. So be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell, and I'll see you in my next video.